22 minutes before 7 here on Morning Live. Sorry about that. Definitely not 8. You've still got time, I promise you. I tell you a story that we've all been looking at and watching, and I think been devastated by, is this search for the trapped miners at the Lily mine in Barberton and in Mpumalanga. We are now on the 11th day trying to search for these miners. In the past few days, further rockfalls have hampered the rescue activities. We've been following this story exceptionally closely, and we've got our reporter Tumelo Machogo, who is there. He's going to give us an update. He's also going to be chatting to Sizwe Mabaso, who is a traditional chief of the Lomshiyo Community in Mpumalanga. But first, before he has that conversation, let's get the latest from the mine. Tumelo, I can only imagine that as the days go by, the hopes start to fade of reaching these miners, of finding any life down there. I mean, just give us a sense of what's going on in the latest out of the mine.
Indeed, Leanne, as the days goes by, people are starting to lose hope that these 3 miners, they're going to be found alive, because now the rescue operation has been suspended until that pending the geotechnical assessment that is happening underground, to make sure that it's safe enough for the rescue team to go underground, to start going underground to rescue those 3 miners that are trapped underground. But you can imagine the families have been here since the beginning of this tragedy. They are camping inside the mine. They are praying. They are singing. They are hoping for a miracle that the 3 miners will be found alive. But you can imagine the ground are still not stable enough for the rescue mission to go underground. So now with this assessment that they are busy doing, they are trying to make sure that the ground will be stable enough for them to go underground. But yesterday there was still a rock falling from the ground. There was still debris and soil still falling. We saw visuals that it's terrible that underground the people have been being moved backwards and backwards because of the ground not being stable enough to stand next to that ground, because they are worried now that if they send anyone underground, it's going to be too dangerous for them to operate in that condition. But you can imagine the families here are worried that their loved ones, they're not going to be found alive. The people in this community, they're also worried that these 3 miners are not going to be alive. They're not going to be found alive. But with us today, this morning, we've got Sizwe Mabaso. He's the spokesperson of the royal house here in Louisville. Ntate, good morning to you. Tell us about you guys have been in constant communication with the mine. What are they telling you guys?
Thank you, Tumelo. I'm happy with the communication that is taking place between the royal house, the community, and the mine. Up to so far, the mine has informed us that they were, by all means, trying to get these trapped workers, but unfortunately, because of the unstableness of the ground and the continuity of the falling of the ground, this has made the rescue team to be suspended until further notice, when they really realize that everybody is safe, because this could also put the lives of the rescue team in danger if the ground keeps on falling and they are busy doing the operation underground. But up to so far, we are very positive that at the end of the day, God's miracle is going to happen. However, the hope is not there. Even the mine now, they start really doubting that we can get the employees in good state of life. Yes, what we're looking at is that let us just get the dead bodies if it happens, so that the families, the community, the friends and relatives can at least do what they are supposed to do traditionally and culturally.
That this is a relatively small community with a lot of people that are unemployed, and also a lot of people are employed on this mine. If it happens to be closed, what's going to happen to the people here, because it's a relatively poor community?
Tumelo, I'm really sharing the same sentiment with what you have just uttered now. The thing is, with this community and with this mine as well, this mine is the hope of the future of our people here. Here we have got lots of young people, the youth. I can say 70% of the workers here are our youth in this place. And some of these youth are orphans. Some of them they are still working and they try to further their education. Some of the women that are working here are orphans. And this is really a challenge. If this mine is closed down, I can tell you that will be a disaster, because hunger will attack these families. That's the first thing. And at the same time, we will be having this illegal mining going on and the crime will escalate.
Thank you so much, Ndate, for speaking to us this morning. Leanne, you can hear from the royal house there. They're saying that even if they found the bodies of the 3 trapped miners, it will at least bring closure to this tragedy.